I think the worst could be if Israel and Iran go to war again. And if America intervenes and they go for the strike of nuclear facilities yet again, I think second time they would not stop short of regime change, or if they, God forbid, if they succeed in eliminating the top spiritual leadership of Iran, the regime change, if it comes, that is the threat which I would say is not being talked about, and it could be very dangerous. Who replaces the present regime is to be seen. If it is pro-America and pro-Israel regime, let's say if the son of former Shah of Iran, if he is brought back, and we have seen about 2 weeks back his son got wedded to a Jew in Paris. So that shows the connection between Shah and the Jews. And if that Shah is brought back, if there is a regime change, then I would say Iran may be a pro-Jew or pro-America state yet again, which may start threatening the security of Pakistan. Our 800-kilometer border may become hostile yet again, and there may be interference in the internal affairs of Pakistan from Sistan side or from Greater Balochistan point of view. For Afghanistan, Pakistan and Iran, I see a greater instability, God forbid, if it comes about. But if Iran remains stable and present regime sustains that shock, then I think there is no fear, and we have good relation with the present regime, and they can grow further, and there will be a greater regional stability, to say. I think first of all, Pakistan and China relations, as we say, we have ironclad relationship, which cannot be penetrated, and the two cannot be separated. We are two strategic neighbors. We have a great deal of cooperation in defense particularly, and in the energy corridor and Belt and Road Initiative. In 3 tiers, we are strategically so well engaged and interconnected that it would be very difficult to part the two countries and a third country finding a role in between. But America is the major power. Their warmth, their cozying up with Pakistan and appreciating the politico-military leadership of Pakistan at this juncture, taking credit for the ceasefire between India and Pakistan, and then hosting the Field Marshal Pakistan in White House. All this warmth, one has to wait very, very carefully. What role does America look into in the region and how it wants to come into the region? As open sources are saying, one is the mineral exploration contract. Bitcoin is also being talked about, and which is again, I'm not an expert on Bitcoins, but that is a currency which is not backed by any international banks, and it may open up a new Pandora's box for siphoning off the funds in a cash-strapped country like Pakistan. So that is another area where the cooperation is being looked into. And if they come for oil exploration in the country and in Balochistan region, then I would say they will have a greater access countrywide. And if they get that kind of ingress and access in these 3 fields, then I fear the strategic interests of China, America and Pakistan may need a very, very clever balancing, I would say, if not in clash, then very clever balancing act would be required so that one does not hurt the other. We have seen previously that Chinese scientists and Chinese working on various power projects were attacked in particular to draw a wedge between Pakistan and China. So if a third country comes into it in a big way, and they have a free movement across the country for oil exploration and mineral exploration, then the interest may start clashing, and the third country, I would say India and RA, may find an excuse to move into it and start targeting those projects and scientists where an environment of mistrust is created between China and Pakistan. So I would say Pakistani leadership has to be very, very vigilant. Intelligence agencies have to work very smartly and very cleverly. We have to balance the fields of exploitation and exploration by the two countries. I would say as long as Iran is stable and Iranian regime is strong, and as I said, they are internally out, they have come out better united and more cohesive regime in view of this after Israel-Iran conflict. If the regime is stable and the way Pakistan has morally and diplomatically and politically supported Iran in this Iran-Israel conflict, I do not foresee any strategic interference at that level. Rather, Iran would be a great help in curtailing such activities. Afghanistan, we need to improve our relations a great deal with Afghanistan. And Afghanistan and Iran, Pakistani leadership, politico-military leadership manages to engage better. In that case, I think BLA or other TTP will be able to control them and will be able to crush these two threats that are at the moment threatening the internal environment of Pakistan. A greater role is needed by the political leadership of Balochistan and the KP government. They have to come forward very actively and play a greater role to ensure stability in their sphere of government, so that army or the law enforcement agencies are free to deal with this threat, and political government gives the full support, and foreign policy manages Afghanistan and Iran in a better way. So if this trilateral approach is adopted, then I think this threat is manageable and it's not very menacing to disrupt the internal security environment of Pakistan. Well, Netanyahu is on record having said many things about Pakistan's nuclear capability. It has called us, he called Pakistan Islamic extremist state with the nuclear weapons. He dubbed Iran like that. But I think he's too late and too way behind threatening Pakistan. Israel is in no position. It's a very small country, a very pinpoint target. If it ever ventures directly, it will not. I do not foresee any direct engagement of our nuclear facilities by Israel. I almost rule it out. But if in cooperation with India, if they dare, I think it would be a mutually assured destruction for both countries, and India will not survive either. So Pakistan needs to, at this stage, I would say, make the nuclear policy very, very clear. First strike option and drawing those red lines. If these are crossed, the Pakistan can go nuclear. If this policy is made very, very clear, no country would dare attacking Pakistan. May it be any superpower, may it be Israel, or may it be India, because we are not a pushover. We have a credible deterrence. We have second strike capability, and we have all delivery means, homegrown delivery means. We are not depending or leaning on any other power to support us. So with that kind of credibility and deterrence, I don't think Pakistan, the nuclear facilities are under threat, under direct threat, or anyone can get into a misadventure against Pakistan.